Yep. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, we're back. Headlines and headaches, last part. And this is the last go around before November 3rd. So we'll find out who the new president is after this week. Now, I got to give a couple of shout outs. First of all, tomorrow, where I'm going to be at, is I got to announce this because shout out to Joey Zaza. I'm going to be on the Joey Zaza podcast pretty much from 10 to 11 talking about politics, probably religion or anything else. Shout out to everybody that's listened to me over the past 4 years about this situation and to everybody that's listened to me on both shows. Headlines and Headaches and Voices Radio is where I started my broadcasting career at February 1st, 2016. And I really, for the past 4 years, I've been bringing you guests, lions, everything else like that. My work will still continue. The question is that how will this country continue? How will we go about it? Like I said before, you can be an informed voter, but just participate in the process as far as voting. Don't try to sell your vote to the highest bidder because it's not going to work because the majority of the people are not doing it. So, if you want to participate in the process, do so. If not, there's really absolutely nothing for you to complain about. Speaking of complaints, the Browns did beat the Bengals in the last second. Baker Mayfield passed to Donovan Peoples-Jones, who's going into sports for a little bit. They are 5-2, but the bad news is we lost Odell Beckham Jr. for this season with the ACL tear. And the thing about it is that okay, Troy, you complain enough. Just they both suck. We understand that. That's your complaint. But there's also people on the race that's running for judicial races. So you might want to look into that as well. So whatever. Just, you want your attention. I gave it to you. Now I'm going back to what I was saying before. Peace. So, like I said, the Browns are playing the Las Vegas Raiders. In Cleveland Brown Stadium, First Energy Stadium. Speaking of First Energy Stadium, Chuck Jones was indicted by the FBI and fired by First Energy, the CEO of First Energy, for bribing Republican leader of Ohio, House Leader of Ohio, Larry Householder, in the tune of $6 million. $6 million bribe. People ain't got, when we're paying, the thing about it is, if you are a First Energy customer, you might want to look into filing a class action lawsuit because Larry Householder still is refusing to lead. Then a Republican, Ohio Republican lead Larry Householder taking a $6 million bribe. See, this is the kind of corrupt. You can talk about crime bills from 30 years ago, how the Republican Party was doing for black people like 100 and some years ago. But what's going on now is a carriage display of injustice towards people when you have CEOs using your money that you pay your light bill for. And I'm a First Energy customer, and I just actually paid my light bill yesterday. That's $139 I won't see ever again. But the thing about it is that you got people who are voted in power getting bribes from corporations to increase the consumer, bills to the point where you should be getting less. Oh, by the way, the pandemic thing is over as far as you not paying your bills. So if you haven't been paying your bills during this pandemic, they're starting to shut stuff off as far as lights and gas. So make sure that if you didn't pay your bill, especially if you're in Ohio and have First Energy, you might want to go ahead and do that. But after you do that, or make an arrangement on it, you might want to look into suing First Energy about what's going on because they just bribed, because Chuck Jones and a couple other people not only are fired, but probably will be indicted, if not already by the end of this, by either today, if not today, then Monday. And Larry Householder has already been indicted by the FBI for taking a $6 million bribe. $6 million to push legislation to increase your bills. If you're First Energy customers, you thought Cleveland Public Power was bad. They're in doing what they want to do with your stuff. Okay, all right, fine. People still saying I'm still voting, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's enough. So here's the thing. When you have people in power, because of this current occupant at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, that are doing stuff like this, you might want to change the head of the snake so the rest of it can die. Trump was impeached by the House, Pelosi in the House impeached him, and then Mitch McConnell in the Senate let him go because they still wanted to do stuff like this to rob the community, us, of money and still keep power. These punks make $15,000 a week, and they want to give you a $1,200 stimulus. Some make as more as $35,000 a week, but they want to give you a $1,200 stimulus. And by the way, they're not, and the Senate is not convening for any stimulus bills or anything else like that, or any contract with Black America or Platinum Plan until after the election is over. So during the election, people are still starving, losing businesses, small businesses are closing down during this election. So if you don't want to participate in the presidential process, participate in the judicial process, or just don't want to vote at all, or just want to sit up and smoke weed all day, or drink, or pop pills, or drink, or do whatever you do, or eat all day, or just want to watch soap operas, reruns, or whatever on TV, on whatever station you want to watch, on your Wi-Fi or your Netflix, and just chill with somebody and don't want to participate in the voting process, this happens to you. The issues happens to you. No matter if you've taken part of the process or not, they still happen to you. And then you're going to complain about it. What happened? Well, by the way, I always believe in term limits on Congress and Senate, and those races are going down. By the way, we have Congresswoman Marsha Fudge running against Laverne Jones Gore. So you might want to watch that race very closely because it might be closer than you think. So, yes, lock them up. Lock them all up, Mary. Here's the reason why I say the things that I'm saying at this particular point in time. I didn't see where legislation and bills have been passed and not for the American people or for their communities who are against the people. And I talk about these issues. I have known corruption. I've been part of a wannabe hemp plant, North Coast Natural Health Solutions, that didn't pay anybody, and when they did, they paid them in false checks. So I've been a victim of that as well. So I understand how you feel as far as what's going to change. Well, when you put people in power that are being used by rich, greedy people, then you fall victim to the circumstances. The only way to get out these circumstances is to vote for the leaders or put one up yourself. I'm out of here today. I don't know what's going to happen next week, but participate and go vote. Early voting is still available, and the elections are going on right now. The Board of Elections is having another polls. They're open Sunday. They're open tomorrow. On Halloween, after that, trick or treat. Practice social distancing. And again, if nobody tells you that they love you today, I do. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Thank you, everybody, for supporting me on Facebook Live. Share the videos. Listen to the replay when I put it up on www.voiceofradio.com or mixcloud.com. And again, if nobody tells you they love you today, I do. Happy Halloween to my son, Jalen. Happy Halloween to everybody. And remember, watch out, social distance. And watch out for that nasty candy that's hard. And check everything. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'm out of here.